If you do that, what you're going to find is you're going to find your friction. And the possibly most boring sounding thing you can do that is so valuable is to document your processes. I found that hardly anyone does it, and the ones that have, they're just sitting up there on the shelf, and they're not part of your day-to-day operational plan. And kind of more problematic is that a lot of times the people who know how everything works are just your seasoned, long-time employees, and they're so valuable and so great. But imagine a new person comes into the organization. How do they learn anything? You got your old dusty processes on the virtual shelf there, or they're going to learn a new way of doing it from the seasoned pro, but you don't have a way to scale. Now here's the interesting thing. If you do that, what you're going to find is you're going to find your friction. You're going to find the place where, like, oh well, there's this one part of our whole process, a really important part of our process, where everything just goes into a black box, and that could be a system, a person. We have a client that I talked to in the last couple of years where when it came time to ship things, it all went to Steve. And if Steve went on vacation, as happened, guess what? Nothing shipped for 2 weeks because he's the only one that knew how to design what goes on the pallets and how much it costs and who to call and where to track and all that kind of stuff, right? And this tribal knowledge problem I hear about a lot, and frankly is one of the more interesting AI opportunities. But when you have, if the way that your company runs is based on what everyone knows they know, and it's kind of like, an oral history, you're going to be in big trouble. Either if something happens or you try to grow. And even the mundane, was there a lot of copying and pasting, the mistakes that are manual typing? And really the mistake thing is what I think is the sort of the underreported biggest problem in most businesses. Mistakes are really costly, and sometimes things that software can help with guardrails and rules. And so if you're thinking to yourself, like, what are times people have made a mistake that maybe could have been caught by a system? That's where your 2X can come into play.